Sounds like a fortress with a very tricky drawbridge.
That's the balancing act. Robust systems that guide users to safe behavior without disrupting their work.
So you're part architect, part detective, part diplomat.
Exactly. The human element is the weakest link. We focus on training, clear communication, and making security user-friendly.
So you're not just fighting hackers, but also your own colleagues' bad habits?
Absolutely. My job is to protect the company's main communication artery, email, from external attacks, internal mistakes, and to keep us compliant with global regulations. It's not just about blocking threats. It's about building a secure, usable system and shaping a culture where everyone plays a part.
Welcome to Why Is This So Complicated? Today we're tackling email security. Vital, but let's face it, not exactly thrilling. That's why we've brought in Jane, our candidate for email security and compliance lead. Jane, most people think email security is just about not clicking sketchy links. Is it really more than that?
Welcome to email security.
That's a lot of hats.
And always preparing for the next threat.
So you're juggling tech, law, and crisis management.
Exactly. Compliance means following global laws like GDPR and CCPA, ensuring our policies and systems meet legal standards. Incident response is our emergency plan. Contain, investigate, recover, and learn from attacks.
So you're not Big Brother, just making sure Bob doesn't email payroll to his cousin?
Threat prevention, data loss prevention, regulatory compliance, and incident response. Threat prevention is our front line, blocking spam, malware, and impersonation. Data loss prevention stops sensitive info from leaking, using automated systems to block or encrypt risky emails.
Let's break down your main responsibilities. What are the 4 pillars that keep you up at night? And you're there to make sure there aren't any.
Exactly. Attackers only need one weak link.
It's about resilience at every level.
The human firewall is as important as the technical one.
So tech and people both matter.
That's why we use a defense-in-depth strategy. Technical controls like DMARC and advanced threat protection, plus regular employee training and phishing simulations.
So one bad click can bring down the whole company.
Exactly. Next is spear phishing, targeted, convincing, and often the gateway to ransomware. Ransomware is third. Even with backups, it can cause major disruption and reputational damage.
So the scariest threat is an email that just feels right.
Business email compromise, where attackers impersonate executives to trick employees into sending money. It's subtle, hard to detect, and costly.
Let's talk about the nastiest threats. What's at the top of your list?
That's the goal.
And your job is to keep the company ahead of the curve.
Exactly. Compliance is never done. It's always evolving.
So it's a cycle of learning and adapting.
We monitor regulations, work with legal teams, and translate new requirements into technical changes.
Sounds complicated. How do you keep up with changing laws?
Data residency, keeping data in the right region, automated retention, deleting emails after a set period, e-discovery for legal needs, and encryption everywhere.
What does that mean technically?
We set a unified standard, usually GDPR level, across the company. It's stricter, but it simplifies policy and reduces risk.
Now compliance. How do you handle a patchwork of global data laws?
That's the mindset.
It's about resilience, not perfection.
Exactly, we turn pain into progress.
So, every incident is a chance to get stronger.
We eradicate the threat, recover systems, and do a post-mortem to learn and improve.
And after the crisis?
Internally, we update teams and leadership. Externally, we coordinate with legal and PR to control the narrative and prevent misinformation.
Who do you communicate with?
3 steps. Isolate affected accounts, investigate the breach, and communicate clearly.
Let's say the worst happens, a breach. What's your immediate plan? Thanks, Jane. Email security, more complicated and more important than you think.
Right. The goal is resilience, enabling safe business in an unsafe world.
So it's about managing risk, not eliminating it.
Technical depth, strategic vision, and pragmatism. You need to explain risks clearly, anticipate threats, and accept that perfect security is impossible.
What makes someone great at this job?
Exactly. It's about a unified, holistic approach.
So the role is evolving into overall communication security.
Yes. And as communication tools diversify, our job expands to protect all channels, not just email.
So it's an AI arms race.
We use AI too. Defensive systems that learn our communication patterns and spot anomalies faster than humans can.
Looking ahead, AI is making attacks smarter. How do you fight back?